Now it's my pleasure to welcome in for the first time in 2012 the one and only and quite effervescent Chuck Goldstone, who is the author of This Book Is Not a Toy. He's a humorist, a writer, a raconteur. What else are you?
That's it. I'm trying to limit myself to only three things.
Okay.
And I was planning. I was an ophthalmologist, and a baby doctor.
Okay, well, you've done well for yourself. You 3 out of 5. Nice to see you.
You know, that would be an interesting thing, is to try to figure out if someone said, "Chuck, who are you in three words?"
That is a very challenging exercise.
I'll get back to you.
There actually, I know we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff that you had in mind, but there's a website and I believe a book or two where I think it's a 6-word program where you define yourself in 6 words, almost like mini haiku. Can you do it in 6? Chuck Goldstone, 6 words.
When you said haiku, I think Disney. I think Mickey haiku and Minnie.
Well, we'll don't worry about that.
But,
We'll just move right on. What you must have a bunch of stuff that you want to bring up tonight.
I seldom know what we're really going to talk about until we get here. There's I once described this. People said, "Well, do you prepare for?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I prepare for things. I am a professional in certain elements of my life, but I said, of late I have not really prepared. There's something really serendipitous and magical about coming here because I'm not quite sure what we're going to talk about. And I describe this as I said it's a kind of risk that I know I have to be marginally funny, but I just don't know how we're going to get there. So it's a little bit like cerebral bungee jumping. So
said.
So we'll see where it goes. There's some thoughts that I have. I mean, certainly it's a brand new year, and I am. People keep saying, "What you have a resolution?" And I don't. I don't have anything that. I mean, it's not like last year was so bad that I have to improve everything. But what I will probably do is any change for the better, then I'll sort of take advantage of it. And I'll say,
call it your resolution.
I planned that.
Well, it's now chic, I think, isn't it, Chuck, to say, resolutions are silly, no one follows them, so I'm resolving not to resolve.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because all right, we need these little dividers in our lives. It's like when you went back to school in September and you got the new pencil box.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about graduate school because they tend not to give you a pencil box in graduate school. I thought I'd share that. But there's these little divisions, and you say, and how many times have you said, "I'm going to start eating better beginning of the week," or February 1st? So we need these little dividers. So I did say that I was going to exercise a little bit more. I was going to go back to eating the really great food regimen. I fell off the food wagon for a while, and I mean I was eating so well. I wasn't eating carbs.
I know you were breadless. It was amazing.
I was breadless and breathless
in Seattle.
And
yes.
So those are the 2 or the 3 words that will be describing me later on.
Okay.
But I mean today I actually had, and this is why if I made a New Year's resolution, it's gone. I think starting next week though I will start to eat better because tonight I actually on the drive over here. Do you ever get so hungry that you will eat something that you know is not really in your best interest?
Occasionally, not as often as when I was a kid. But what happened to you? God, tell us.
It was, and I don't want to open up a lawsuit by saying that this is a terrible thing to eat, but it's just not something that I eat much. But I had a Whopper Junior.
Oh.
I could not have the Whopper Senior. Is it? It's like an AARP thing. I'm not sure.
I didn't know they made smaller Whoppers.
No, it's like a big Whopper, but it's scaled down so that if you get a punch, it's just a small.
Okay.
It's a smaller.
Did it satisfy you though? Did it feel good going down?
No.
No, not at all.
No. But I was hungry, and there you have it.
Now, what's in the Whopper? I know, obviously, it's a hamburger, but I forget. Is that the Whopper is everything, right? Pickles, cheese.
Pickles, cheese. It
Tomatoes.
has some kind of bread. There's a kind of a cheese that I think
There's a
is,
meat product in there somewhere.
It is a meat.
Yeah.
Years ago, I passed a place. This was out actually in the area where you live. There was on Route 9. There was a fast food taco place, but it wasn't a national chain. And I remember going in. This is many, many years ago, and I had to laugh because I didn't know what it was. It said, taco, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and taco meat. and when it's like, the other thing I can't figure out. Have you picked what is what is it? It's mechanically something chicken. Mechanically, what is it? Extracted chicken. Have you seen?
No. I mean, there's organically grown products.
This is whatever this is. It's the image that there's a chicken, and then they come after it with some kind of a chainsaw, and whatever flies off the chicken goes into this.
Oh.
It's mechanically separated.
Mechanically separated.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. It's a robotic
divorce.
fowl.
Oh, okay.
Of some kind.
Wait a minute. So you ventured into this taco joint, and instead of saying ground beef,
No, it's
or
a taco meat.
Taco meat.
Yeah. I thought I don't. So I wandered back out. So that was that.
But the question you raised is a good one. Have you had that urge for something you shouldn't eat it because it's really not?
Do you know what I do when I'm traveling? If I have a long trip, if I'm driving to, if I have to drive to Connecticut or New York, I mean, which to me is a long trip. Some people say, "I'll drive cross country," and I say, "Well, I drove to Medford." So I don't enjoy long trips. But if I do, it's as if I pack as if I am leaving everything for months. I will make a little. I'll make a little, Yogi Bear picnic basket.
Yes, Mr. Ranger, sir.
And then I will eat things like cheese doodles, and things that I would typically not eat. But hey, that's my own.
Now, when one stops for a junior Whopper, the temptation to go all the way and have a side of fries and a Coke.
Well, I didn't want to admit this publicly, but I did have the junior fries.
Oh, it comes with the junior.
No, it does not come with the junior.
Oh,
fries.
you had.
I had. It was the affirmative action of not affirmative action meaning.
Yes. Yeah, I understand.
I had to actually physically order the fries, and it was like I like these small. Plus, I'm also not ordering the $4 or $5 hamburger, and I'm embarrassed when I drive up. I say, I'd like the $1 Whopper, please, and the $1 fries, and I want to say, and quit judging me. So,
yeah, it sounds a little embarrassing.